if you don't want to be alone this Valentine's Day, you need to watch this video because I'm about to break down everything that I would do if I wanted to land a date within the next 2 weeks with an attractive woman. Now, I'm just letting you guys know the tips that I break down in this video, it's not easy. And you're gonna have to put in the work and you're gonna have to go hard these next 2 weeks if you actually want to see results. So if you're broke, if you're lazy, this video is not for you. You can just shut off right now. But if you're someone that's actually willing to do what it takes, then let's get right into it. Obviously, the goal is to land the day within 2 weeks. It's February 1st. You only have about 2 weeks to make something happen. So you have to go hard every single day for the next 2 weeks, starting with maximizing your looks as soon as possible. So when we speak about maximizing the looks, it's going to be starting off with your haircut. If you already have a haircut that's working good for you, cool, just stay with it. But if you don't know what type of haircut to have, then you're gonna have to phenotype max. All phenotype maxing really is finding a celebrity, a public figure, somebody that is conventionally known to be attractive by most women that has similar facial features to you. Because I guarantee you there's somebody out there that looks like you that women find attractive. So you have to find that person and just mimic their look. That's what I did for myself when I was going through my looks maxing journey. And that's what I do for every single one of my clients as well. But the way that you could do this on your own is number one, you want to go to Pinterest, right? Go to Pinterest and look up, let's say you're a white male and you have dark hair, right? So you're going to look up white celebrity with dark hair, right? Or white male model with dark hair on Pinterest, right? And this is going to show you a whole bunch of celebrities, a whole bunch of models, a whole bunch of actors with features similar to you, and you just want to go through these pictures and find someone that has similar facial structure to you, similar hair quality to you, all of these things, and then just mimic their haircut, right? Now, ideally, obviously you want to have the same hair length as them. You can't grow out your hair in 2 weeks, right? So you're gonna have to find someone that's the closest to where you are right now. Next thing that you could do for phenotype maxing is you could go to ChatGPT or any AI, just throw in some pictures of you, of your face, and ask the AI, oh, what celebrity, what male model do I look like the most, right? And ask for why, okay? Now, I go into detail with helping my clients with this. I don't do the AI stuff. I don't even do Pinterest. I actually do research onto what they look like and the celebrities that look like them. So when we're looking for phenotypes of my clients, we go into a detailed plan. But if you want to do this by yourself, you only have 2 weeks, this is what I would do. Once you figure out what your phenotype actually looks like, you want to go to a salon. Yeah, go to a salon, preferably one with like a good one, right? Go to a good salon. You feel me? Because you want to ask the woman working at the salon what they think, what kind of haircut you should have, what type of hairstyle you should have. Your barber won't really know, right? Your barber is looking at it from a male gaze, but you need a female gaze perspective. That's why you should go to the salon, right? Be like, hey, this is what I want to look like. Show them the picture of that celebrity that you found. Show them, obviously, they're going to see your hair and you're going to be like, what hairstyle should I do to look the best? And they're gonna help you out, right? If you could get that hairstyle done on the spot, do it, right? Pay the money and get it done, right? Get the haircut, everything. And make sure you find out what products you actually have to use to maintain your hairstyle in that way and buy those products ASAP, right? Get that shit on Amazon Prime ASAP, okay? Once you went to the salon, you want to make sure that you are leaning down. You're getting as lean as possible for the next 2 weeks, right? I don't care if you're already lean, you could get more lean, right? But you want to get as lean as possible so your facial structure actually looks better, right? Your jawlines are gonna pop out more. And when we get down into the later steps, you're gonna have to take some nice pictures. So in order to look your best in your clothes, in the shirtless pictures, and in general, you're going to have to lean down. Now, if you're severely overweight, then this may not work the best for you, but you're still going to see some progress in the next 2 weeks. This whole system is going to work the best for somebody who's maybe just a few minor adjustments away from actually attracting the type of woman that he wants, right? But if you're like completely lost in the sauce, like you're a complete beginner, you never touched a weight in your life, right? You don't take any care of yourself, then this video probably won't help you much. But if you do all of this for the next year, maybe you'll have some better luck next year, right? But for all my guys who have been putting in the work on their image, on their fitness, on their game, this video will help you greatly. So for all my guys, what I want you to do is find your goal body weight, right? So let's say you're 180 pounds and you want to lose about 5 pounds. So it's going to be 180, right? You're going to multiply that times 10, and that's going to be your calories for every single day. 180 times 10, that's 1,800 calories that you're going to be eating every single day for the next 2 weeks, right? And this is going to make sure that you cut down, right? You get as lean as possible. Now, when I work with my clients and I help them get into the best shape of their life, I don't never put my clients on any aggressive cuts, any aggressive bulks. I don't do that with them, right? I don't do that with them. I don't believe that's a sustainable way. But we only have 2 weeks to make something happen. So, forget about being sustainable. We're trying to get results as fast as possible, right? If you were doing this for the long term, you wouldn't follow this, right? You wouldn't do the 1,800 calories a day for a year, right? That's gonna crash your metabolism. But what you would do for these next 2 weeks is you're gonna eat those 1,800 calories. You're gonna make sure that you track them, right? So you're gonna get an app called MyFitnessPal. Make sure you get a digital scale. You're gonna weigh out all of your food, every single thing that goes inside your mouth. You're gonna be logging it into MyFitnessPal. So be careful with what you put inside your mouth, right? When you're tracking your calories, you want to make sure that you have at least 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So easy way to get your protein in is going to be 93.7 lean ground beef. That's a good source of protein. Chicken breast, right? Most of the time, I don't recommend like just eating straight up chicken, but it is one of the leanest sources of protein. So that's going to get you right. Shrimp is also very good. All of these are high protein and low fat choices, which is what you want. Then you're gonna eat 100% clean. Now, with all of my clients, they follow something called a 90-10 diet, right? So 90% of the time, they're eating clean whole foods, right? Single ingredient foods, beef, chicken, fish, avocados, potatoes, things like that, right? Raw honey, all of these like single ingredient foods. And they do that 90% of the time, and then 10% of the time, they eat whatever they want, right? Because when you stay dialed in 90% of the time, 10% of the time, you get to just relax, right? That's how you build a sustainable lifestyle. But once again, we have 2 weeks to make something happen. So there is no sustainability in this, right? We're just going as hard as possible. So in that case, you have to make sure you're eating 100% clean. This means no deli food, right? No deli sandwiches, no deli chips, no sodas, no juices. You're just gonna be drinking water and you're gonna be eating your 1,800 calories or however many calories that you made with this equation, right? And you're gonna stick to that for every single day for the next 2 weeks, all right? If you want to see results. And then you want to make sure that you have daily cardio. So every single day, you should be getting in at least 10,000 steps. Depends where you are, how overweight you are, how much fat that you have to burn. If you could do it, right, if you're really a killer, I would go for 15,000 steps, right? 15,000 steps, calorie deficit, and eating 100% clean will get you in pretty decent shape within the next 2 weeks, right? But as far as cardio, I'm not saying you have to run a marathon every single day, but what you want to do is make sure you get at least 10,000 steps, and you could do some sort of hit workouts, right? All my clients usually have some sort of functional training in their programs installed, but as far as the walking goes, I would recommend going on the incline treadmill, putting that shit on 11 incline and 3 speed, right? Doing that for about 30 to 45 minutes every single day. Now, you did the phenotype maxing, you went to the salon, you got your hair right, you're getting in good shape. Now, if you have to, right, if you don't have good clothing pieces in your closet, you need to make sure you have some good clothing pieces because we're gonna take pictures to put on the dating apps in the further steps to maximize your options, right? And for that, you're gonna need good good clothing, right? So first thing is you want just a classic black dress shirt. You can't go wrong with that, right? Dress shirt like this, but black, right? That's absolute classic. Name me one woman that doesn't like a black dress shirt on a handsome guy, right? They all do, right? This is what's universally attractive. So if you don't have one already, make sure you get a black dress shirt. And I would also get a polo, right? Two different colors, maybe a white polo, maybe like a navy polo since you already have the black in there. Those are good options. As far as where to get these options, for the black dress shirt, I would go to either Macy's. Macy's has some really good options. You could get one from Calvin Klein, Hugo Boss, or Father Sons. So the shirt I'm wearing right now is from Father Sons. If you're already in great shape, if you already have that V taper, you already have big arms, Father Sons will be perfect for you, right? They have some great options for some classy wear for guys who lift. So if you're trying to spend a little more money, I would go with Father Sons. If not, just do Macy's. For the polos, best stores for them is going to be Zara and yes, Amazon. Guys, if you know where to look, Amazon can be great. You can find a nice polo for like $30 and you'll be chilling, right? So these are the places that you want to shop. Macy's, Zara, Amazon, Father Sons. Only if you don't have two different color polos and a black dress shirt, right? And then lastly, for your looks is you want to make sure your teeth are on point. So for the teeth, what you're gonna do is you're gonna mix baking soda and peroxide, and you're gonna brush your teeth with that. I say 2 times a week, right? So it's gonna be 4 times total. Okay. From the moment you watch this video to Valentine's Day, you're gonna do it at least 4 times. Okay. All you have to do is take about a teaspoon of baking soda and like very little peroxide. You put the 3% peroxide, mix it with the baking soda, and it's gonna become like a paste. You want it to be like a pasty form, and you're just gonna put your toothbrush on that, brush your teeth with it. It's gonna whiten your teeth a lot, and it's gonna be quick. Now, once again, if you're trying to get results as fast as possible, you're not afraid to spend some money on this. You're like, yo, I just wanna go out with a baddie on Valentine's Day. I'm tired of being by myself. I'm tired of being alone. This is what you should do. You should invest in Zoom whitening. So Zoom whitening is just a procedure to whiten your teeth. It costs usually around $200 to $300. You could go to the dentist and do it. If you live in a city, you could probably find some clinics that do it. But this will whiten your teeth real quick. So if you have that money to spend, I definitely go with the Zoom whitening. But if not, just get some Crest 3D whitening strips. Those are about $30 to $50 depending which ones you get, and do the baking soda and peroxide. So all of this is going to maximize your looks as fast as possible in the next 2 weeks. While you do all of this to maximize your appearance, you need to find a way to actually present that appearance so you have maximum options of women ready to go out with you on Valentine's Day. So let's get right into step 2. Now, while you're working on your looks, you have to be making sure that you're actually putting yourself out there, because just getting handsome is not gonna land women right into your lap, right? These women need to find you somehow, right? You need to set up dates somehow, right? No point in just looking good if no one can actually see you. So remember, you only have 2 weeks, 2 weeks to get this done. So everything needs to be strategic. So this is how you're gonna get exposure. For exposure, let's start off with the left, right? Number one is gonna be dating apps. Yes, you have to get on all of them, right? What's the best dating app? All of them. Right now, you have no option. You should be getting on Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, fucking all the niche apps. Get on as many apps as possible, right? But the main three that you should be getting on for sure is gonna be Tinder, Hinge, and I would even say Facebook dating, right? Those three are gonna give you the most bang for your buck. I would also get on Bumble and all the other niche apps, but those three you need to get on for sure. Now, once you're on the apps, you're gonna need pictures, right? Now, I really hope that you guys have been watching my videos and you already have solid profiles up. But if you don't, you're gonna have some work to do, right? You're gonna call up a few of your boys who also don't want to be alone on Valentine's Day, and you're gonna tell them, yo, bro, we're gonna follow this system and we're gonna go get some dates. And get some boys, hopefully you have some friends who are actually down to do this with you, and just go out, right? Go out in the new clothes that you bought or the clothes you already have and take photos. Some photos that you should have is number one, it's gonna be the dinner shot. The dinner shot is just you at a nice dinner, right? Upscale restaurant, food on your plate, right? Someone is sitting right across from you and taking a photo of you while at dinner. This shot, it works so good because it lets the woman see you from a perspective of actually dating you, right? So she has like this fantasy in her head now, like, oh, this is what it would look like if we're on a date together, right? And that's what you want to do with these photos, right? Purpose of the apps is just to give her a fantasy, sell her a lifestyle, and basically make her curious about who you actually are, right? So number one is give her that fantasy of dating you. That's what you're gonna do with the dinner shot. So you're gonna put on that black dress shirt that you have, okay? You're gonna have a nice fresh haircut. Make sure you have the fresh haircut, okay? Go out with your boys, go to a nice steakhouse and be like, yo, bro, take pictures for each other. Literally, like make him sit across from you, look in the camera. You want to have the camera a little tilted up, right? So you don't have like the rabbit eyes. And you're just gonna look in the camera with a seductive look in your face, maybe squint a little bit, right? Light smirk, right? You're not gonna be cheesing super hard, right? Just have a slight smirk on your face, look in the camera, and that will be your dinner shot. A good example for this is going to be this photo right here that I have, right? This photo though is a little too dim. Ideally, you want to have something that's a little brighter than that, but this is a good example reference to go off of, okay? Once you have your dinner shot, you got to make sure you have a physique shot. Now, this is only for guys who are, I say, at least 15% body fat. If you're over 15% body fat, you might have to skip the physique shot, right? It's only going to do worse for you. But if you already have a nice physique or you're 15% body fat or less, you have some muscle mass, right? You have that V taper, you've been in the gym consistent, then you need a physique shot. But don't make the mistake of going in the gym and like posing in the locker room, flexing your biceps and putting that picture on the dating app, because that's not going to work for you. All right, you have to have a subtle physique shot. Now, I know it's February, and ideally, when you take a physique shot, you want to have a photo that's appropriate, right? So you want to be shirtless in a place where it's appropriate. Places like the pool, the beach, right? These are a few of the photos that I have that work great for me. But if you're not in a warm place where you can go to the pool or the beach right now, then you're gonna have to make something happen, right? So what you could do is you could go to the gym, right? And have your boy take a nice photo of you. Like I'm talking about like a high quality photo. Think about, ask yourself this. Would a fitness magazine post this photo of me? If not, then don't post it, right? But try to put your phone on portrait mode while you're doing like some bicep curls or maybe like some sort of movement where they can see your face, they can see your physique. Take a photo in the gym, right? And that's gonna be your best bet, right? But if you already have a nice photo of you at the beach, you know, your abs are out, your physique is popping, then put that photo there, okay? This one's gonna be great because it's gonna show her sex appeal and it's gonna actually make her attracted to you in an intimate way, which is what you want. Then you wanna have the high value venue shot. When I say high value venue, I just mean like this could be a rooftop, right? So you could go to a rooftop lounge with your boys, get some drinks, hold the drink in hand, you know, city in the background, something like that. It could be a party, like an upscale party. It could be a hotel lobby. Hotel lobbies are great. Just go to a nice aesthetic hotel lobby, sit on one of the like the lounge chairs, and have your boy snap a photo of you. Those are all good, right? This shows off that you have some sort of status, like you have a life outside of just going to the gym, or you're actually going out and you're making things happen. That's the whole purpose of this shot. when you take these photos, you gotta make sure that you bring your clothes with you. Because once again, unless you're going out on multiple days to take these photos, which may not be possible for some of you guys, if you're going out with your boys, you may not be available every single day, right? So what I would do, if you have to do it as fast as possible, is I would literally take my bag, put in those two polos, right? Two different color polos in the bag, wear my black dress shirt, be like, yo, boys, we're going out to dinner. Get your dinner shot. After dinner, go to a rooftop lounge, right? Put on the polo, literally change, right? Put on the polo and take a photo there. And then maybe even go to a lobby the same day, right? Go to a hotel lobby and take a separate photo with a different outfit. Just make sure that you're changing shirts. If you have the same shirt in all three photos, in all four photos, it's gonna look bad. It's gonna look like you literally did all of this in a day. And even though you did, you don't want them to know that, right? You gotta make it seem as natural and subtle as possible. So that's what I would do. Also wanna have a lifestyle shot. So this could be, if you have a photo of you doing some of your hobbies, right? A photo of you speaking at an event that shows leadership, a photo of you doing archery, photo of you fucking boxing, something that shows like lifestyle. For me, I have like beach photos like this that show off lifestyle. Travel photos are great for this. But ideally, like in all these photos, you want to make sure that your face is showing. Okay. First photo, they need to see your face full on, right? You can't be looking to the side. It's like they need to see what you look like face on, right? Your first photo is going to be the most important, okay? Because women make an assumption about you within 2 seconds, right? They're swiping on these apps fast as fuck. 2 seconds and they know like if you're right or left. You understand? So you gotta make sure that first photo is fire, okay? Now, you only really need about 4 photos, so that's what I would do. But if you have already nice photos, if you have a nice Instagram, one thing I would do is I would just go to my Instagram and I would take a look. What's my most liked photo that has the most likes by women, right? Specifically by women. Not just a photo of you at the gym that all your boys like the photo, right? No, if you have nice photos on your Instagram, go to the ones that are actually liked by women and take that photo and put it on the apps. Boom. That's the cheat code right there. Okay? But these are the shots that you want to have. Now, once you have your profile grid set up, you want to pay for premium. Okay? You have all the apps, you want to pay for premium. Like I said, if you're broke, this video is not for you, right? But if you're willing to do what it takes, you have to pay to win. You have to pay to win. That's just the way with the apps. Listen, you could get great results with the apps without paying, but if you want them fast and basically guarantee them, then you have to pay, right? So I would get the most premium service, right? I don't know which one it is for Hinge, but like the most expensive option, not the $200 a month option for like Tinder or some shit. Don't do that. But like the most expensive one, the premium service, buy that one. Okay, buy that one. I'm telling you, like these apps are made to make money, right? So if you're not paying for them, they have no incentive to actually show your profile, right? They're gonna show the profile of the guys who are actually paying, and that's what you want. You want more women to see your profile. That's how you get more matches. That's how you go on more dates, right? So pay for the services on all the apps, right? Especially like Tinder, Hinge. Facebook dating is a gem because it's free, right? You just throw up some nice photos on Facebook dating, bro, the likes are gonna start coming in like crazy. So you got your 4 photos, and then you after you buy premium, you want to buy boost. Now with the boosts, you have to be very careful about how you do them. Number one is you want to make sure all of your photos are set up. For Hinge, I would do the 24-hour boost, right? So 24 hours, you're gonna boost it and you're not gonna swipe at all. Okay? Not gonna swipe at all for the whole 24 hours. Then in the morning, you're gonna see which likes you have, and you're just gonna be able to run through there, and you're gonna be able to see who actually liked you since you have the premium service. Okay? You're not gonna be swiping up on anybody, right? You're not gonna be sending comments to anyone. You're not gonna be super liking. All you're gonna do is pay for premium and buy boost, right? Same thing with Tinder. They have like multiple boost packages. Just get the one with the most boost and boost like every single day. I would do it around nighttime since that's when women are most active on the apps. So around after 7 p.m. is usually a good time. 7 to like 11 p.m. is probably the best time to actually boost, right? So that's what you do with the apps. Obviously, once you get the matches, once you get the likes rolling in, you're gonna need to know how to actually text these women to convert them into dates. So I'm not gonna break it down in this video, but I do have a video guide. So I'm gonna put it in the description. Make sure you check that out after watching this video. For maximum exposure, this is not enough, right? You can't just rely on the apps. You have to do cold approach as well. And in fact, I would actually argue that if you do cold approach the way that I tell you to, most likely that girl that you go out with on Valentine's Day is going to be off a cold approach. Just from what I've seen in the past, what I've seen with working with my clients, is that because they actually get to know who you are as a person, like they get to vibe off you in person, they see what your personality is like, they see what you actually look like, it's a more high likely chance that you actually go out with them if you do it from cold approach. So make sure you don't sleep on this. Now, how do we cold approach? Listen, normally I don't recommend guys to just go out and spam approaches because once again, it's not sustainable and it takes too much time. But we only have 2 weeks to make something happen, so you have to make sure you're on your shit. You have to make sure you're squeezing juice out of every single lemon as possible. Okay? Now, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna do 5 approaches per day. 5 approaches. It's honestly not that much, right? To get 5 approaches, it's just like 5 chicks, bro. 5 chicks. That's it. Just go to the most populated part of the city that's local to you. So the one, like, go to any strip with all the stores on it, all the cafes, all the restaurants, all the bars, right? Go to those heavily populated places. Go to like around colleges. Colleges is perfect, right? And you're gonna do 5 approaches. Once you go to a place that has a bunch of women around, it's gonna be easy to get 5 approaches. But when you do the approach, I wouldn't do anything corny, no pickup lines. I have cold approach guides on my channel that you could watch. But all I would say is, hey, excuse me, you caught my eye. I wanted to get to know you and introduce myself, right? That's all you have to say. All you have to say, hey, you caught my eye. I wanted to introduce myself, and that's it. I would leave out actually the get to know you part, right? And then just see the way she, like, see if she's receptive. If you can see like she has like a stank look on her face, then maybe just be cautious. You can still go for it. Just be cautious. Like this girl is probably low interest. We only want to mess with high interest women, right? Now, be like, yo, get to know her. Boom. Small talk. Okay. Ask her what she's doing, what she has coming up, right? And then try to find a common interest. This is the most important part of the approach. Find a common interest between her and you. So for me, it's usually going to the gym. If I notice a girl works out, maybe she does Pilates, maybe she does yoga, maybe she hits the gym, I would point that out, start a conversation off there, and I'll be like, hey, let's go hit a workout sometime. Boom. You guys found a common interest. Now you can set up the date. Okay? If it's drinks, okay, oh, yeah, I love red wine. I love white wine. Or I love tequila. You know, whatever you guys both like to do that you've gotten to know from the conversation, right? After teasing her, after, getting to know her a little bit, that's when you want to set up the date. But don't be one of these guys that just like, hey, you're cute, let me get your number. Don't do that. Because, yeah, listen, bro, you might get the number, you might get it, but she doesn't even know why she gave you her number. It could be a fake number. She has no plans on ever texting you. How many times have you got a girl's number and it went nowhere? Because chances are she never even agreed to a date on the first place, right? She's just giving you her number, right? For what? She doesn't know anything about you. The reason why cold approach is so effective is because it gives the woman a chance to actually get to know who you are, a little bit about your personality, a little bit about your interests, right? She gets to speak to you for the first time. But when you just rush to get the number, it's like she's not getting anything from that conversation. It's like you might as well just text a girl, right? So use it to your advantage and play with her. Like, be a little teasing, right? Tease her about what she's wearing. Tease her about some of the answers that she gives you while you're doing the small talk, okay? And find that common interest. Once you find the common interest, you're just gonna be like, hey, let's do this activity sometime, okay? Now, this is the point where she has to agree. If she doesn't agree, she says anything other than yes, I'm down, you have to like, hey, have a nice day. You have to leave that conversation. Like, don't try to convince her. She's just not interested, right? But if she says, yeah, I'm down to catch a workout sometime, or I'm down to get drinks sometime, then be like, cool. Here's my number. Here's my Instagram, right? Give her your number or your Instagram. Now, I'm gonna get into Instagram game in a second, but if you don't have an attractive Instagram at all, like I'm talking about, you have a ghost account, you have like 5 followers, you're following a million people, just go for the number, bro, because you're gonna be self-sabotaging if you give her the Instagram. She's gonna see your Instagram, she's gonna be like, what the fuck is this, right? Maybe you look cool in person, but then she's gonna see your Instagram and see that you're a nobody on social media, right? And that's not gonna be good. So just give her your information. This puts the ball in her court. If she's truly high interest and she wants to go out with you, best believe she's gonna message you, right? She's gonna send that text or she's gonna send that DM. She's gonna swipe up on your story, whatever it is. Just give her your info and just be cautious. If she tries to be like, oh no, I don't do number, let's do Instagram, or she's like, oh, I don't do Instagram, or she tries to give you her information. No, right? You have to stay solid in your masculine frame. The second that you fold into her frame, this could just be a test. If you fall into her frame and you're like, oh yeah, let's do Instagram instead, you could kiss goodbye to ever seeing that woman because you just folded on one of her tests, right? So you gotta make sure that whatever method of contact, she agrees to it and you don't bend, you don't fall into her frame at all. My phone died and the video cut off, but like I was saying, when you do the dating app game, the cold approach game, you have to funnel these leads, these women somewhere, right? So ideally, you either get the number or the Instagram. And if you have a solid Instagram, this will increase your attraction to the woman significantly, right? If there's a 75% chance that this girl was planning to go out with you, you can raise it to like 90% just through having an attractive Instagram, right? So I have a bunch of Instagram guides on how to build an attractive Instagram on my page. I'll leave the links in the description, but just some guidelines for having an attractive IG. Number one is you want to upload the same photos from the apps. So the same photos that you put on the dating apps, you want to have them on your Instagram. Now here's the thing. If you're a guy who you never posted on Instagram, or maybe you don't even use it, maybe you're about to make a new account, then maybe just don't use the Instagram, right? Don't give them your IG, right? Just give them your number instead, because if you are about to post for the first time and she's gonna see that all your posts are from the past 2 weeks, it's not gonna look good. It's gonna be a bit sketchy, right? But if you already have some solid photos up, you've been taking my advice, you've been making an attractive IG profile, then you can do this, right? So you wanna upload the same photos that you took for the apps and put them on IG. Then update your profile photo. Guys, don't be one of these guys that just has a gym selfie as their profile photo, or you have like a super blurry photo of you and you just blur it in to your face and you make it even more blurry. Like, actually take some effort, time and effort to making your IG look attractive. It's literally your digital resume. If you take a look at the celebrities, the athletes, what do their IGs look like? It's curated, right? It displays some sort of presence, some sort of image, right? Take a look at their profile photos. You're not gonna find a gym selfie. You're not gonna find a super blurry pic. So why don't you do the same, right? Why don't you have an attractive Instagram profile photo, right? One where they can clearly see your face. You understand? But the most important part about running IG game is gonna be to run the story funnel. If you don't know what the story funnel is by now, this is where all of the dates come from IG. It's your stories, right? It's a woman swiping up on the stories that you post. And if you want to know how to actually upload attractive and intriguing stories that women have no choice but to swipe up on, I have a video for just that, right? All the stories that you should be uploading to have women messaging you first. But here's the thing about stories, guys. You have to make them as intriguing as possible, right? They have to show off your lifestyle. Now, obviously, you only have 2 weeks to make something happen. So here's what you're gonna do. I have a photo album in my camera roll of like the most lit experiences that I've ever had, right? Travel, different events, all of these things like restaurants. I have a photo album specifically for that. And in times like this, you you have to upload old photos from your camera roll onto your stories. Listen, bro, if you were on vacation 3 years ago, she doesn't know that. You could make it seem like it was this week. Nobody knows, nobody cares, right? Don't hate the player, hate the game. This is the way the game is played. You want to win, you got to play the game. You understand? So, all of the highlights, quote unquote, of your life, like all the cool pictures that you have, the aesthetic ones, upload them these next 2 weeks. Because once you give them your IG from the cold approach or from the apps, she's gonna see your stories. She's gonna be like, damn, this guy's like living his life. He's over here, he's going out to these places, right? He's doing these things. Bro, they are gonna have no choice but to message you first. And if they message you first, it's basically a done deal, right? She wants it, she wants to go out with you. That's why she swiped it up, right? So you have to run the story funnel. This is where the Instagram game actually works, right? And then you want to have a positive follower to following ratio. Guys, don't be one of these guys with like 5 followers and you're following 6,000 people. This is going to make you instantly look low status. You understand? So I'm not saying you have to have 10,000 followers, but you shouldn't be following more people than you have followers, right? This just makes you look, once again, low status. So all the Instagram models, all the celebrities, all the stupid shit that you follow, just unfollow it. Because if she goes on your IG, best believe she will be looking through your following list. And if it's a whole bunch of bullshit, if it's a whole bunch of women that don't even follow you back, you're gonna turn her off. Now, this is how you run the IG game. I have other videos on this, but this is the basics. But once again, if you don't have an Instagram presence at all, like you have less than 100 followers, no posts, right? Your highlights are all messy. Don't even worry about this, just give them your number. So once you've got the exposure set up properly, then it's time to actually set up the date. You should be trying to set up as many dates as possible these next 2 weeks, right? With multiple women. If you can go out with one chick at least 2 times these next 2 weeks, chances are she will go out with you on Valentine's Day, right? And here's the good part about it, right? Here's the good news is that the same way that you don't want to be alone on February 14th, those single girls, they don't want to be alone either. So there's a more high likely chance that they will actually go out with you, right? Because they're jealous. They see all their friends going out on dates and stuff. They want to go out too. They have a fear of missing out, right? So a lot less likely that she will actually flake on you. But of course, there's still that chance because there's still other guys just like you that want to take them out too. You understand? So you have to present yourself as the best option. This is what I help all my clients with. I help them maximize their looks, get into the best shape of their life, and actually package up their presentation in a way that's most attractive so they can attract the type of woman that they want, right? So if you're ready to take this to the next level, if you want to get these results as fast as possible and you want to work with me directly, then just click the link in the description, apply to join the program, or shoot me a DM. Just let me know a little bit about your situation. But if you want to figure this out by yourself, go ahead, right? You have 2 weeks to make something happen. Just make sure that you're scheduling as many dates as possible, right? And listen, bro, worst comes to worst case scenario, you don't have a date on February 14th. But guess what? You did 5 approaches every single day. That's 70 approaches in your belt, right? 70 approaches. you ran up your dating app photos, you did the boost, you probably have a whole bunch of matches that you can go off of and schedule dates in the future with, right? So just because you may be alone on that Sunday doesn't mean that you don't have plenty of options now that you can fall back on later on. Because yeah, maybe she already has someone that she's gonna go out with that Sunday. Maybe she's gonna have someone that takes her to a 5-star restaurant, right? She's just gonna use that guy for the meal. But guess what? As long as you stay in your masculine frame, you stay showing off your lifestyle, and you stay actually presenting yourself in the best light, she's gonna be seeing your stories. She's gonna be seeing you out here doing things, right? Looking good. You're gonna be the guy that she actually wants to spend time with, right? Like on a genuine proper level, right? She's not gonna be using you for no meals, not gonna be using you for no drinks. She's actually genuinely gonna want to spend time with you. So worst case scenario, you just have a whole bunch of options for the rest of the month, right? Okay, cool. You don't go out with anybody on Sunday, cool. And here's the thing. Here's some free game. Let's say you don't land that date on Sunday. This is what I want you to do. You and your boys are gonna go out. That's right. Your boy who couldn't land the date either, you guys are gonna go out. You're gonna go to some sort of dinner, you're gonna do something fun. You understand? And you're gonna post it, right? Don't post your boy, okay? Make sure that you don't post him, but you're gonna post yourself going out, having a good time, and you're gonna put this on your stories. You're gonna take photos at that spot, and guess what? All those women that might have flaked on you, that might have, not gave you a chance, that you cold approach, they got your IG, they're just filling you out for now. They're gonna see your story. They're gonna be like, oh damn, he was with somebody else on Valentine's Day. And you're gonna give them a fear of missing out. Once again, don't hate the player, hate the game. You gotta do what you gotta do, guys. This is the way to actually leverage, have as much leverage as possible. The name of the game is leverage. When you're doing the apps, you have a solid online presentation, you're doing the Instagram game, and you're doing cold approaches, they have no choice. They have no choice but to mess with you. You understand? Just make sure you stay rooted in your masculine frame, right? You don't take them out on dinner dates just because they agree to go out on a date with you, because some woman will try to literally use you for dinner, right? Don't do that. I would recommend like lounge date, and that's it, right? Lounge date and then back to the crib. But once again, you guys ready to take this to the next level? You want me to coach you every step of the way, same way that I do for each and every single one of my clients. So you have a done for you system. You don't have to think about it. You know exactly what to do on a daily basis to not only get into the best shape of your life and master your daily habits as a man, but actually present yourself in the best light and have the most options with women that you find attractive. Click that link in the description to book a one-on-one call with me. Show me a DM on Instagram. Tell me a little bit about your situation. And I prefer that you hit me up on Instagram first before you book a call. That's what most of my clients do, because that way you can actually speak to me. That way I get to know a little bit more about your situation, and we'll figure out a solution for you, right? So I hope you guys found this video valuable. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. See you boys in the next one. Stay dangerous.